The self-propelled gun Zrínyi, Hungarian, Zrínyi, is a self-propelled gun developed in Hungary during World War II. There are two types, the II type with a 105mm gun and the I type with a 75mm gun, but only the 105mm gun-equipped Zrínyi II was mass-produced, with about 70 units produced from the fall of 1943 to 1944. The name Zrínyi is derived from a national hero who became famous in the 16th century for his battles against the Turks. Zrínyi is regarded as one of the most successful armored combat vehicles produced in Hungary during World War II. Inspired by the success of assault guns in the German Wehrmacht, in the summer of 1942, a proposal was made by the Hungarian Ministry of Defence's Automotive and Combat Vehicle Department to equip similar vehicles in Hungary. However, it seemed unlikely to procure a substantial number from Germany, which was already overwhelmed with supplying its own military, so Hungary decided to develop a new type of assault gun using its own materials. As a result of discussions at the Manfred Weiss Company, the chassis was designed to utilize components from the Turan medium tank, which was being mass-produced as the main battle tank at that time, to the greatest extent possible. The main gun chosen was the Hungarian 105mm howitzer 40M. This gun was originally developed as a towed field howitzer, but had issues with its recoil mechanism, and a significant number of gun barrels had remained in dead stock. After the full-scale wooden model evaluation, in October 1942, the Manfred Weiss Company was commissioned to produce a prototype vehicle, and the company completed this based on the soft steel prototype of the T-34 medium tank, registration number H801, by December. In the course of production, the body of the T-54 was widened at the bottom by 400mm, some drawings indicate 450mm, and a fixed combat chamber similar to the Italian Semavent was established. Due to the position of the driver's seat, the main gun was mounted slightly to the left, equipped with a hemispherical internal shield. Without waiting for the completion of the trial of the prototype vehicle, in January 1943, an order for the mass production of the first production lot of 40 units was placed with the Manfred Weiss Company. In May, it was formalized as the 40/43M Zrínyi II. In production, a collaborative system was established where armor plates and guns were manufactured at other companies' factories and handed over to the Manfred Weiss Company, but the coordination was not aligned, and the first 3 units were completed only in September 1943. Moreover, these 3 units were made of soft iron due to the delay in the armor steel plates and were used exclusively for training. The remaining 37 units made of armor steel were delivered by January 1944. On one hand, while adopting the assault howitzer, a tank destroyer variant equipped with a long-barreled 75mm tank gun was planned. The prototype, H801, was remodeled again, and the long-barreled Zrínyi prototype was completed in February 1944, named 44M Zrínyi I.By this time, the organization of assault gun battalions equipped with the Zrínyi was being advanced. The main plan for the equipment of the assault gun battalion was to focus on the 75mm gun variant of the Zrínyi I, with orders placed for a production schedule of 50 units of the second batch of Zrínyi II by September 1944, and subsequently switching to 110 units of Zrínyi I. However, in reality, due to a shortage of materials, the production plan for the domestically produced 75mm tank gun was abandoned, and ultimately, only one prototype of the Zrínyi I was completed. Production of the second batch, Zrínyi II, was underway at the Manfred Weiss Company, but on July 27, 1944, the factory was destroyed by bombing from the American forces, halting production. Afterward, assembly resumed at the Ganz Company using recovered armored hulls and engines, but this too became impossible in November due to the siege and fall of Budapest, where Ganz was located. The total production numbers were reported to be 60 units at Manfred Weiss and 6 units at Ganz by September 1944. The status of any subsequent production at Ganz is unknown. Currently, the Zrínyi II displayed at the Kubinka Tank Museum in Russia is considered to be the only surviving vehicle. The completed Zrínyi II was first deployed to the 1st Assault Gun Battalion, comprising 3 companies of 10 vehicles each. After training, in April 1944, the battalion was sent to the Eastern Front, where on April 21, it experienced its first battle. During the Soviet offensive that began in early July, the 1st and 2nd companies of the battalion took on the rearguard of the retreating friendly forces, fighting fiercely despite suffering heavy losses. The 8th Assault Gun Battalion received 20 to 25 Zrínyi IIs by September 1944. Other assault gun battalions ultimately only received 1 or 2 Zrínyi vehicles for training purposes, while actual equipment consisted of German-made Stugee 3 assault guns and Hetzers. The assault gun battalions equipped with the Zrínyi fought through domestic defense and retreat battles, including the defense of Budapest.